trials and tribulations. It's been a long ride. No rush, take it slow. We on our own time. Let's fight every day to set the bar. Our love can never fade. I wanna be where you are. His winter Lord, hard friends, we cast hello, we got where we are. His winter Lord, the past, we cast the past, we love where we are. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Oh, shoot, you playing game, boy. You don't know. Shoot, you better stop playing. I'll praise. What that is? What that sound like to you? That's some 90s. What is that? 90s?
That's definitely a 90s vibe.
Boom. I'm like, wow.
Shout out to the songwriter for that.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Shoot. Shout out to shout out to these new computer systems. Hey, I'm gonna tell you what happened. So, first of all, shalom to all y'all out there. Shalom, family. Welcome to another live stream here on His Rib, Her Lord. We got something very, very special for you tonight. Very special.
Very special.
Very special. You very special.
You're very special. See,
don't be trying.
I know.
Don't do that now. We already got 4. I'm telling you what just might happen. Israel, pray for me. Pray for me. But all praise to the Most High. We got a very special live stream for y'all tonight, as we have been broadcasting, on our channels and stuff throughout the week.
Yeah.
We got some very special guests. Before I bring them on, we want to tell you all that we appreciate the support.
Yes.
Okay. That we appreciate the support. We appreciate you all tuning in. We appreciate the comments. We appreciate the emails. I know some of you are pressing, you have pressing matters, but don't forget, especially if you're a part of a body of believers, a lot of the stuff that some of you all are sending to us via email, let's bring that to your leaders, your elders of your congregation as well. Like, don't bring it here, because I'm going to find out if you are in a body and I'm going to send it to them. It's very important for us to, if you got like things that's going on with you, that you bringing it forth. You know what I'm saying? You in your marriage and whatever. Everybody got issues in marriage. We got issues in marriage. We have disagreements. We have arguments, things of that nature. It happens. The Bible says trouble in the flesh. So, don't be ashamed of the fact that y'all have stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? Use these different classes that you see men doing, leaders doing, and then use these lives as an opportunity to just, build yourself, take the scriptures, take the advice, and move on with it. All right. And try to learn from it. Right, baby?
That's right.
You all right. Thank y'all for the support. As y'all can see, the Cash App is at the bottom, so is the PayPal, as well as the email for you to send your emails with your questions and so on and so forth. So before I bring on our special guest, I just want to give you a little background. Today is going to be called, what is it? Real Estate and Righteousness?
Real Estate and Righteousness.
Real Estate and Righteousness.
It's going to be an excellent show.
All praises. Real Estate and Righteousness. So Uzziel Israel is a managing partner of WS LLC, is a seasoned real estate professional with dynamic and proven track record in multifamily investments. Born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. Uzziel Israel began his real estate journey over 13 years ago as a licensed broker, serving clients across Central Florida and parts of Georgia. His early exposure to real estate fundamentals and people-first business practices laid the foundation for a career that has since grown into a passion for large-scale multifamily acquisitions. 5 years ago, Uzziel Israel transitioned from residential brokerage into multifamily investing, starting modestly with a 4-unit property. Through discipline, mentorship, and market acumen, he has expanded his portfolio significantly. Today, he is actively invested in a 355-unit multifamily asset located in the thriving market of Winter Garden, Florida. I think I know what they said. With a deep commitment to excellence, Uzziel Israel combines hands-on experience, strategic partnership, and a sharp eye for emerging opportunities, positioning WS LLC as a competitive player in the real estate investment space. And without further ado, let's bring the man on himself, along with his real. Brought him all late in time. Shalom, how you doing?
Hey, Shalom. She hit my head because I bite my nail. Now you just hit your nail and it cracked.
You get that one? Hey, listen, look. I know how it is. You gotta keep them things sharp, but we men, we can't have long nails. How y'all doing tonight, family? How y'all doing tonight?
Welcome.
Pretty good. Thanks for having us on. I'm excited, man, to be here, man. I've watched a few of the shows when I can. Actually, when I'm at work, I'll play it and hear some of the things that you talk about. And I definitely appreciate you bringing some of this stuff, because a lot of our married couples do need to hear this from the men and the women in the body. So
yes, sir. Outstanding. So we gave you the bio that we read out for you. It lists a plethora of things regarding your expertise in real estate and the things that you've done, your accomplishments, and things that you're still continuing to do. So congratulations on everything that you have going on. Very proud to call you a brother and your wife a sister. Could you introduce yourselves, who y'all are, and a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get moving forward in the interview.
Well, I'm House of Uzziel. You heard about me. Only thing I probably didn't mention is that I used to be prior military, so a lot of my focus and discipline came from there. I actually learned about the truth a little after I separated from the military. And I actually, we're gonna get into that question about how I met this young lady right here. I'll introduce herself.
I'm Sister Tirza. I'm sorry, I'm so nervous. What else do I need to say about myself?
She's a renowned baker in my opinion.
That's right.
Down.
I believe it.
She opened her own company called Wood, Wine, and Cakes.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
She's been a loving wife for 22 years. So it's the only life that she knows.
Beautiful. So I didn't know about the business. Please, share that as the show goes on, a little bit about her business and what else you do. I know you have your own company as well, but we definitely want to highlight Black businesses, Israelite businesses, because you know what the stigma is. The stigma is that we're all bums. Yep. We all stink. Our wives look dusty and like Harriet Tubman. No pun intended. And you know what I'm saying? Like that's what people think. And that's because of the narrative that's being put out by, of course, our enemies. So it's important that, when y'all come on, when y'all got these businesses and things that y'all doing and that are thriving, especially, bring it forward. We definitely want to know more about it. You about to say something?
No, I wasn't. No,
okay.
That was awesome.
What's funny, Cap, is every time we talk about business, and this is almost every single Black person I ever talked to. It's like, oh yeah, I heard about your little business. Why is everything little? It's always little. I'm like, what? Just why can't it just be a successful business?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's that crabs in a barrel spirit that we've all been forced to have in some way, shape, or form. We've been taught to envy one another. And that's, the white man's business is big, but you're a little. Yeah. I saw your little commercial. I see the podcast. You ain't right. Well, Black folks ain't right. We coming out of that, right?
Yeah.
We coming out of that. People waking up, especially when you see what's going on in the country now. With the Lord is starting to reveal, who our enemies truly are and why we should stick together. And that's why we wanted to have y'all on. You know what I mean? And any other couples like you all. To change the narrative, and so our people can see, like, this is what it means to be a part of something this great, which is the greatest awakening on the planet Earth, and also restoring the greatest asset that we have foundationally, which is marriage, for the first and foremost. So we're gonna get into the interview.
Let's get into it.
You look good. All right, here we go. So here's a question for you guys: how did you all meet? And what was it that stood out about each other?
All right. So I was 14 actually. She was 2. And like I said, I'm from Atlanta, so we went to the skating rink every weekend. And she just
y'all ain't go to the Cascade, did it?
I wasn't Cascade, it was Golden Glide, man.
Is Cascade real? That's a real place?
Yeah, it's a real place. Yeah. It ain't no Golden Glide though.
Oh.
Cage, you definitely getting shot after the session. Oh yeah, it was rough out there. But yeah, met at the skating ring. What's funny is her cousin married my aunt, and so she ended up coming up for the for the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Visit your auntie, right? Mm-hmm. So she would do that like every Sunday or so. I mean, not Sunday, every summer. And so yeah, that's kind of how we met. She saw me skating around the skating ring. You know what I'm saying?
Always does. I don't
know. She just couldn't resist. You know
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
I know how you feel, brother.
You know what I'm saying?
I know how you feel.
Every man knows this.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So
anyway, no.
So I sat down. I was like, "What's good, youngin? Huh? What you doing?" She didn't give me the time of day. Like,
that is right.
Yeah. She didn't give me the time of day, so I had to correct my speech. You know, she was a Christian.
Oh,
boy. Come correct now. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. So, needless to say, she was just up there for that summer. Her father forbidden her to talk to boys at the time. I could respect that, and I still got her number. It's just I couldn't call her, and so every summer since her cousin married my auntie, he was my uncle. So I'd talk to him to talk to her, so to speak. And one summer she didn't come up, and I really felt like, she was bad. So she got caught.
Damn.
Yeah, she got caught.
Found out, and she was like,
she got caught thinking about me, Cap.
You're not going back.
So one thing about them mamas, they can read thoughts. I know what you're thinking.
You ain't going back up there. Yeah. So it was crazy. One day, my mom, I got in trouble for something. My mom told me to go clean my room. Mm-hmm. And she said, definitely go clean your closet. Ended up cleaning my closet, found her phone number in the back of the closet. At this time, I think I was 18 or 19. I was dang, I still got a number. Man, let me see what's happening. She should be able to talk to dudes now.
Well, I tell you.
Yeah. So called her, found out she was in a relationship at the time. Of course, this is all before the truth. And I was like, well, if things don't work out, you got my number, give me a shout. You know, and I left it dead right there. And I think, what was it, 2 days? 2 days later?
A couple days, wasn't it?
It was a few days later, we ended up talking. She's like, oh yeah, I broke up with him. And I was like, what? I was like, whoa, I wasn't trying to break up nothing. She's like, oh, no. I've been waiting for you to call.
Wow. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about.
I was like, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So loyalty already. I was like, this is a keeper right here. So yeah. So outside of that, I ended up driving down to Florida after we had been talking for a little bit. I drove down one time, and I think it was a funeral or a family reunion or something. And when I met the family, this ain't never happened to me. I met the family, and then I sat down. She sat down, and then they started serving the food. And she was like, I got you. I was like,
you making plates? You making plates, man?
Yo, I was like,
yo,
mama don't even cook, man. I've been cooking for myself since I was like 12. So when she got up and fixed the plate, I was like, oh yeah, I ain't going nowhere. This is mine right here.
It's a real keeper right here, bro. They start making plates, boy. You know it's going down.
It reminded, before I do the scriptures, that's that Romans 2 having a law upon themselves, man. You just know what to do for it. So yeah, that's what attracted me to her. That's what got me locked in, because she was down from day one.
I love it.
Yeah.
Let's see if I answer.
Sorry. The moment I saw him, I immediately knew. Around that skating ring.
Yeah.
Even though I did play hard to get, I must admit it was so great. It was actually your cousin that was trying to holler at me.
Yeah, my cousin.
It's always a hater.
But I didn't
always a hater.
hood cousin in there trying to holler at her. I'm like, man,
I didn't
stop
see
it.
him at all because he was like the other boys, I would say.
Right.
He came and he was very respectful to me.
Mhm.
And that was the first time I ever heard somebody say, "How you doing?" versus
Awesome.
"What's up, shorty?"
Hey, what up, shout? What's good with you?
That,
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, boy. You can take the brother out of Atlanta, but you can't take the Atlanta out the brother.
So it just like sparked from then on. I was like, and what's crazy is when he called, I literally said to myself, it was like 5 years later.
Yeah, it was a minute.
I said to myself, if I ever see him again, if I ever am in a relationship, I'm out.
That's all.
Bam!
Done.
I'll never, see anybody. I knew in that moment that he was going to be my husband. And
Wow.
I was 12 and I was still thinking about you
that's
for
crazy.
years.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It off my mind.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, that's Toby. What's that? Toby 6? Maybe you from the beginning.
That's right.
That's what it is. Somehow y'all find y'all way back together.
Found each other quick.
ooh, my was bad, boy. She was,
Oh, yeah.
she was
yeah.
hot to try.
She all right now, though. She good now.
No, she not.
No, she ain't.
She still hate it. She think
you, boy.
ain't walking, Cap. You can't convince her of nothing.
Hey, so you can that's the craziest thing to me.
Mm.
I've always thought that was crazy. Even if, and we talking about before the truth, and we talking about not knowing we Israelites, we not knowing the Bible, none of that. I'm just talking about just surely how the world would judge a man and what a man should have for him to be worthy for your daughter. Brothers will check all of those boxes, literally, and somebody will still have a problem, and you be like, so who would you rather her be with? And what would you rather her be with?
Right.
Like, she got a man that take care of her, that's showing her the Bible, that got the kids in order, doing real estate, doing these things. Like I said, the world, you would check off all those boxes in the world. If, besides the fact that people don't want to keep the commandments, you know what I'm saying? And they'll still find a problem with your relationship. It baffles me, but I understand. Because we've been there before. Me and her been there at one point in our life too with family members, but it's just crazy to me. Yeah.
So
Yes, sir. So outstanding. So y'all met each other, and then when did y'all find out about the truth? Well, y'all was married already when you found out about the truth.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We were married, 17 was sheesh. It was 17. That was almost 8 years ago. So yeah, we were married about, I'm trying to do the math, 14 years before we found the truth.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how was that transition?
So so I was with a business partner, and he was like, "Hey man, we got some business out in Puerto Rico." So I was like, "All right, cool." I was like, "It's just me and you?" He's like, "Yeah, it's just me and you." I was like, "All right, cool." Told the family I'd be back. Going on this, I think we were going for like 3-4 days to Puerto Rico. Man, we get to Puerto Rico, and that's all this dude was talking about was the truth. And he's like, Deuteronomy 28 in the Bible, have you heard Christ was black? I was like, dang, bro, slow down. Like, where's the fire? Yeah, I read the Bible. I've been looking for a church. So if you found a church, just give me the address. Because at the time, I was heavily looking for a church that actually taught the Bible, not just 2 or 3 scriptures. And he didn't send me any videos yet because he was still fresh. And so he told me about it, and I was like, okay. So we ended up being there on the Sabbath in Puerto Rico, and I was like, bro, I'm like, everything you're telling me, it line up. I see it in the scriptures, so I bought me a Bible today. He's like, today on the Sabbath? I was like, yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, you just told me not to buy on the Sabbath. I'm like, dang.
Right.
Yeah. But so when I got back home, I put on some videos. Cap, I'm telling you, for 2 months straight, I could not turn the TV off. Could not turn the TV. I didn't bother her with it. I just sat there and just watched videos. And I was just amazed at how the bishop was breaking the scriptures down. The captains were breaking the scriptures down on the street. I was just like, wow. And so I was like, all right, they a little aggressive. I don't care,
Mm.
but all right, let me introduce it to this one. She was right, and so back then, you know, I grew up in a single mom household, right? So back then, I was fine with woman doing her stuff, me doing my stuff. You know, that whole 50-50 thing, because I ain't know no different, right? And so I was like, babe, I need you to watch this. Don't trip, freak out. About the tone. Just listen to what they're saying.
Right.
I didn't know how to explain nothing. So I pressed play and I walked out the room. I ain't even staying there with her. I just let her just listen. And she, after it was over, I came back. She was like, "Well, what'd you say?" I'll let you say that part.
Uh-oh, sis, what you say?
I'm talking.
Hopefully. When you came in the room and you were like, you were talking to me and the kids.
Yeah.
And you were like, we got to just stop talking to all the white folks.
Oh, yeah, I did say that.
What was the deal?
And I'm sitting there like, wait, hold on. Because our kids are like going to school with them. So we're like, can we talk about this first? Like,
right.
Trying to break it into the kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was kind of I had to freak out on the inside, but on the outside at the same time. But I think over time, and I still am to a certain extent, that person that likes to hear it in a certain tone, in a certain way. But I also learned that it was more passion than it was anger coming from them. Once I heard the actual words, it didn't take me too much longer after that. What's crazy is I was already transitioning from wearing pants to wanting to wear skirts and dresses.
Right.
So, and I appreciated that. So I was like, it was a bit rash at first, but I was able to slowly come over with my mindset. Still transitioning for a few years, even into the truth, because I was trying to understand, like, okay, I was told this way, but then now I'm supposed to be this way, and it was a lot. It was a lot at the time, but like over time, if I learn something and I know it's true, I'm sticking.
Right.
Staying.
Right.
Beautiful.
Outstanding. Mm-hmm. I think we all got this.
Yeah, definitely. I know that and I've already told my story plenty of times, but I think like when you first hear that, you watch your first class and it's I think we were watching it with your mom at one point in time when we got back from Israel, and it was like but the message behind it was very powerful. And it was like, okay, when you understand what's being taught and you're tired of the lies, you're tired of, the oppression, it makes you take a step back and say, hold on, let me listen to the message instead of the delivery of how it was, being delivered. But, I appreciate it now.
Right. It's like, are you going to miss out on an opportunity to receive this great information because of how it's being delivered? But at the same time, you will go to the hospital and you hate needles, but your life depends on you getting this shot. Yeah. And for that moment, you'll say, you know what, let me suck it up. Let me go. Let me get out of my comfort zone. Let me just take this needle in my arm because I want to live. So it's the same way when it comes to them, when you put it in that, it's just that these words, if it's coming from the Bible, then it's the truth. Right. So it's like I'm wrestling with what I've always learned and these words that I do hold to be true, but I've never heard it like this. Right. And I've never heard it delivered like this. So it's a shock factor. It's a shock factor. And most men, we love it. We like, yeah. I always knew the white man. Man. But everybody else is like, come on, bro. Like, I don't know. You might be tripping. They pay, that's your boss is one of them. So I understand. We understand for sure. I do want to give a quick shout out to Zacchaeus Bar Jonas for the super chat. Thank you, Zacchaeus Bar Jonas. Now, as we continue to transition through the show tonight, we're going to be asking a lot of questions. And when we get to the 10 o'clock hour, brothers and sisters, we are going to allow you to start asking some questions about real estate and about their background and things of that nature and what they do today and how it may benefit you in your or even if you're single, how it may, benefit you as it pertains to real estate. All right. But if we're doing so, you're not just finna just throw up questions and we just answer every single question. We're going to be answering our members and our super chatters. All right. So the people that sit in the super chat, those that are members, we will be answering your questions because there's going to be a lot of questions. Just telling you, if you're interested in real estate, if you're trying to get into getting a house or what you need to do, what bankers are looking at, what lenders are looking at, then you definitely want to stay for that next hour. But before we get there, I do want to go through a few more of these questions. Unless you have something, you had an icebreaker. I know you got an icebreaker.
Not yet.
Sister Bailey be having them icebreakers, y'all.
She do.
You know?
She's good too.
Right. Hey, so in learning the truth and in your profession, well, first of all, can you talk a little bit about your profession if you want to? Could you talk a little bit about your profession, what it is that you all do, and then kind of how the truth is kind of help motivate you to want to do it for your people?
Yeah, that's a great question. So what I do is I buy and sell real estate. I help people find homes and I help people sell their homes. And if they're interested in flipping homes or buying whole, I can advise on those things as well. Do I do some of those things myself? Absolutely. Once I saw, like, how to transition to where I wanted to utilize it to help the truth? That was the question.
Right, to help our people, to help give them the knowledge they need to kind of do the same thing that you're doing.
Right, because I'm gonna be honest, man. When I bought my quad, I realized I had options, and a lot of our people, we grew up because I was there. We grew up. The only option you had: go to work, pay these bills. Go to work, pay these bills, and it was it's always a roller coaster. You get up, then the car break down. Got to pay that. Get up, then you got taxes raised. It was always a back and forth. So when I got to a point to where the investments were actually paying for my bills, I didn't have to grind as hard. It was weird. And I was like, you know what? But I got more time now. At first, it was to help build my family up because I ain't never just been home. Right. I've always been gone. So being home and learning how to, I guess, father during the entire time, that was a difficult transition. And I'm like, I'm sure it's other people in the body this would be great for, so if I can show them how to do the same thing and they can get back time with their family and spend time in the truth, that's just going to benefit everybody. That's why I got the Acts 2:44 group, man.
Right.
We're everything together. Anything that we know, we put it in the group.
Right. Outstanding. And so that motivation behind nation building and the scripture, gathering yourselves together, a nation that's not desired, that, seeing what our people deal with. Because like you said, you work at a job, you know how it is, got to deal with other people from other nations, and they tell you when to come to work. They tell you, when you can be off, when you can go to lunch. I mean, they tell you when you can eat. I mean, it's crazy, but we got so many brothers and sisters that are going through that right now, and they looking for trying to find a way to bring some extra income in, possibly, or bring something in they can eventually take care of their bills. So when it comes to investing, well, let's start out with the investing part. When it comes to investing in real estate, what does a person need, or what should they be looking for in the beginning when they decide, hey, look, this is what I want to do?
The first thing you need to know your end game. If you don't know your end game, you're just aiming for the win. You're going to go, real estate is so diverse. You're going to start trying to do every single thing, and 5 years would have passed and you still ain't did nothing. So you got to know why you're investing in real estate. So if your end game is to retire, okay, retire from what? What does that retirement look like? You staying at home all day, or are you out traveling? Like, have you ever done that before? Because once it comes and you at home with nothing to do, you're going to realize real quick, all your friends, all the people that you enjoy being around, they at work. You can't hang out with them.
Right.
So you gotta know your end game. After you find your end game, then you just need to find people that you want to invest with, because doing it by yourself is tough.
Right.
It's very tough. So when the scriptures say gather yourselves together, that's one part, because Jeremiah 29:5 said, build ye houses in the captivity that I carried you in, build houses. So that's what we're supposed to be doing.
Right.
You know? So yeah, that's what I would say to that, Cal.
So is your rib, does she also delve into real estate? Is that something that she does as well? Are y'all together with that? It's like a joint venture? Of course, okay.
She's very instrumental. And when I say instrumental, she just takes the instrument of pen signs. Go to the post.
I am so done.
No, she used to she did mortgages, you know, so she would actually get the money, you know. I would present the real estate, say, hey, we're looking to buy this. This is what the numbers look like. Can I get a loan for this interest rate with these terms? And she would see which lender would either say yes or which one was saying no.
Right. Wow. So how was that? If you don't mind diving into, how was that?
Man, I love that. I think
I will say I really enjoy working with my Lord, because I learned a lot through him. A lot of times when he comes up with stuff, I can't even fathom coming up with the deals that he comes out with, and the way his mind works with building deals and in helping people try to figure something out and make it work for whatever situation that they're in. I'm beyond amazed. Okay, just want to say that.
That's great.
It's because I love math. That's all it is. I love
that.
math.
If he didn't, we would be in a world of trouble.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. But being in mortgages helped me be able to see our people from where they were and wanting to be able to help them, not just be excited about, oh, I'm getting the house. Okay, brother, sister, make sure you read the fine print before you get ready to sign those papers. You don't know what, things are behind the words. I put it that way. What they're asking you to do. Say if it's an FHA loan, right? You don't know that when you get to the closing table that you are now paying an extra $5,000 for insurance, mortgage insurance. So it's like you have to take those things into consideration, make sure you're budgeting, and have patience for one through that process, because being through that process, it can be long, it can be short, and you really get a chance to really know who you dealing with.
Right.
If you get my drift.
Oh yeah.
Who you're dealing with and what type of people whether they're loyal, whether they're frivolous with their money, and you're like, okay, I need to help you focus. I understand. Again, I get it. You want to have a home. I do too.
Right.
Just make sure that you can keep it. Keep your home. I want you to be able to keep your home, and I also want to be able to keep my check too.
Right, exactly.
What you don't know, or what some people don't know, is that as a mortgage lender or mortgage MLO, I'm trying to get the word out.
Yeah, broker. Yeah.
Yes. If you default on your home within the 6 months time frame, guess who loses their check?
Wow.
Me.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And that's why I said I want to say I was a little bit different from a lot of the MLOs that I was working with, because I'm not just trying to get you in to make sure you get my money in. No, I want to make sure that you are able to afford this home, because guess what? I have a home that I have to.
She treat everybody else money like it's our money. Right. Like big time.
So if say that you're able to be able to afford, I don't know, 55%, right? That's the DTI, right? That's income, for those that don't understand what DTI means. I normally try to get you at 50%. That way you still have cushion, because they're not counting they're counting just your gross and not your net. And then even with your net, you're still paying for like car. Not just a car. What's that's other thing that's not on your credit report? I'm trying to think.
Credit cards. Insurance,
light
car
bill.
Insurance, light bill. cell phone bill,
Mhm.
life insurance if you got it.
Yeah.
None of those things are factored in.
No.
Those are they call those soft costs because you can cancel those at any time. So
Right.
they only count the hard things that you know that you have to pay every month.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're looking out for our people and helping them understand. Just make sure you're reading everything, even when it comes down to the down payment assistance.
Mhm.
Read it.
Yeah.
Because you don't know if you're gonna be paying back that money right away. Like if I think it was in one situation where a person got down payment assistance.
Mhm.
Years later, they wanted to sell their home. Guess what? Now you got to pay that
Mhm.
back.
Wow.
And now you're left with,
Nothing.
I might not even have $10,000 because now you're paying closing costs.
Yep.
Mhm.
So it's just a
Yep.
thing that you got to take in consideration before you really step out there and do it.
Break even, and back to zero again.
Yep.
Damn. After just owning a home, basically, or having a home, you
Yep.
you can transition from having a home one day, trying to sell that home, hopefully to make something to get, maybe invest in something or move on to the new spot, just to find out you have to pay that down payment insurance or down payment assistance back, which causes you to break even and you walk away with nothing.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
So-
That's not all of them, but most of them.
Yeah.
Most of them have that
Even with
stipulation.
refinance, that happens with refinance too. People that they're going to be able to get a lot of money back. Let's just say your home is is worth $300,000, and you think, okay, I paid it down to $200,000, and you think you're going to get the whole $100,000 back. Okay, you're right.
Right.
You got your closing costs,
Mhm.
and you also have to think about how much you owe. Let's
Right.
just ask for $20,000 in down payment.
Right.
Now you got to pay that back. So now, what do you live with?
Wow.
It get rough.
Yeah.
You're rough.
Yeah.
So I have a question for Sis. What were some things, or what would be some recommendations that you could give sisters who are wanting to, let's just say if their Lord is wanting to go into real estate investing? What is some things that you would recommend they do first before jumping in to try to help their Lord, and they don't really understand the full dynamics of what they're getting into?
That's a great question for super chat members.
Yes.
Okay.
I like that. There you go.
Keep that question.
Yes,
Write
sir.
that down. We'll answer it over there.
So don't forget where we are,
Mhm,
because we do want to give a quick shout out to tonight's sponsor. All right. So we're gonna take a quick commercial break for tonight's sponsor, and it will come right back, y'all. We have the House of Uzziel along with us. They talking about real estate. They talking about righteousness. You heard a lot of things.
Yes.
I'm intrigued.
Yes.
I'm telling you, listen, it's going down, sis. Say donate. Yes, make sure you donate. You got the super chat that is wide open for you all that want to donate. And guess what? We're going to answer your questions tonight, or they're going to answer your questions tonight as we get to the 10 o'clock hour. So y'all get ready for that. We're going to show a quick love to our sponsor. We'll be right back here. His rib, her Lord. All right.
If you're a truck driver listening right now and taxes have been stressing you out, this message is for you. Owing back taxes, having multiple years unfiled, or getting letters from the IRS doesn't mean you're out of options, but waiting usually makes things worse. To get clarity, scan the QR code on your screen or text RELIEF. You'll receive a free IRS back tax survival checklist.
All right, y'all. So as you see right now, you can see that QR code that is on the screen. I want to take a moment to speak to anyone listening who may be feeling stressed about taxes. If you owe back taxes, have multiple years unfiled, or keep getting letters from the IRS, you're not alone, and it doesn't mean you're out of options. A lot of people wait too long simply because they're not sure where to start. And that's usually where the problem gets worse. If this sounds like you, scan the QR code on the screen or text RELIEF. That's RELIEF, RELIEF, to 470-470-9856. That's 470-470-9856. You'll receive a free IRS back tax survival checklist that explains what to do before the IRS escalates and what mistakes to avoid. No pressure, just clarity. All praise. So we just want to give a quick shout out to Alternative Consulting Group LLC, which is tonight's sponsor of our live stream. Thank you for your support. All praise. So now we back. We is back. Weeze is back. And before we went to our commercial break, we were talking to the House of Uzziel about real estate. We were talking about a lot of the different things that people don't really know much about. I mean, even the down payment assistance. Now, I know that's come up before where people start getting down payment assistance, and in their mind, they thinking like, well, I'm good. I'm walking to the closing table. I ain't got to pay no money today, or whatever the case may be, or I got to pay less money, and it's all going to be great. But from what we're hearing now, that's not always the case. Can you talk a little bit more, maybe one example of something that you've seen that when a person got down payment assistance, something went wrong or something happened later on where it came back to bite them?
Oh, I know.
Oh
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead.
All right, cool. So, I had a brother come to me, and he wanted to do a refinance, and his idea was to take his money out so he could rehab his house and make it more valuable. We had the conversation about whether it's worth putting the money into it or not. Because sometimes if you put in 20,000 and then you can only get 20,000 of equity, it doesn't make sense. It's a wash. So you might as well just discount it and call it good. So he refinanced, went through the process, and I think 2 weeks in or 2 weeks left, it came back that he owed a down payment assistance, and which dropped the money that he was going to get back, I think, by like $7,000.
Damn.
He actually needed that additional to get the rest of the things that he wanted to get done. And they said, in order for us to refinance, you got to pay off your cars. Now, naturally, you would think that's a good thing,
right?
Because you ain't gonna have no bills. But if you already purposed the money for something else, you don't want to pay the cars off,
right?
So that's what happened. He lost the $7,000 for the buyback of the down payment. Had to pay off his cars, and I think he ended up only walking away with like $20,000 versus I think we were going for like $40,000. And so, but what he learned was that now his mortgage only went up like $50 a month, but it wiped out all the monthly payments of his car. That I think was at $350 or $400 a month. It's coming back to him now.
Right.
So it's not always a terrible thing to take less money if it puts you in a better situation with the rest of your bills.
Right. Right. Man, I mean, this is the type of, because I was talking to an elder, and he was explaining about how basically when other nationalities, when they go to college, they know once they finish that degree, there's something that their family is going to funnel them into.
Yep.
Or there's something that, hey, look, it's a reason I'm going into engineering. It's a reason I'm going into whatever. And they know when they get out, such and such job is waiting on them.
Yep.
We don't have, and I'm talking about on a grand scale, we don't have that as a people.
Right.
So we start trying to do things like what y'all talking about. We start trying to get into brokering. We start trying to get into real estate, but we don't have nobody to guide us. And we got all these gurus out here that they stuff pop up. Once you start looking at real estate content on YouTube, then bam, every guru's class or ebook or whatever pops up, and you become deceived very quickly. You start thinking, like we was watching something the other day. Remember we was watching that thing? I wanted to show it, but it would have been too long, about the sister in Atlanta. She was taking like a lot of money. Remember we was watching that the other day?
Yeah.
What happened with that?
So they were investing in some type of real estate firm that she had, but she was basically taking their money, and I don't know if the jobs were bogus or not, but basically what the investors were saying was it wasn't a small amount of money at all. Like they were investing a lot of money, and one of the properties burned down. Another one of the properties, somebody else said that they were investing in it. It was just a lot. I wish we had that. Let me see if I can find it, because that can go into like the troubles that you could face with it. Let me see if I can find it.
It's a long clip, so we wouldn't be able to show it.
Okay.
It's too long.
Jay Morrison.
Did I say that again?
It remind me of Jay Morrison.
Right. Even that situation with that brother. I mean, a lot of people were investing in that and thought that it was going to be something real. Now, I do want to give a quick shout out to your Rokum, Israel, or Yericom Israel. He says, been studying wholesale pre-foreclosures for a while. Appreciate all the info. Most High Christ bless. Most High Christ bless you, brother. Thank you also for the super chat. Also, we have one from a Savannah by Israel that says all praise to the Most High. So people are watching and they're learning. Right here we said show is very informative. Thank you. Now, with that situation, like what you're talking about with the brother that you mentioned, and there's many others. You know, he's not the only one. We've seen them, and they sell a dream to people. And because we are so uneducated, and because we've always been in a state of poverty, in most cases, we don't understand the level of time, experience, ups and downs, education that it takes to become. So we just thrust ourselves in it, and some of us is thrusting ourselves in it with our last. Like this is my last 50,000. You know what I'm saying? This is my last 20,000. Look. And we trying to make it work. Go ahead. You want to speak on that? Go ahead.
Here you go.
Bring it up.
First year in real estate, Cap. And this is for all of our people. We got one option. Like you were saying, white folk get out of college, they got a job waiting on them. If they don't like it, they just go to their cousin's job or their uncle's job. They got options. But with us, we take a shot. It'd be like, this is the one shot I got, or otherwise I'm going backwards. And real estate, my first year, I made $15,000, which is roughly just 2 houses. But I spent $12,000 in marketing. So
wow.
Who you think was paying the bills?
Right.
She found woman's work.
Right. All praise. Kobe too.
But that was rough, man, to be out there. I mean, the spirit was like, I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah.
This is rough because it's certain things you can count the cost. You can Luke 14:28 as much as possible. But if you've never been in the field, you never asked people that's in the field how things can go bad, you're gonna run into every single thing that can go bad.
Right. Dang. So sis, you want to ask about it? What made the one?
So we have similar stories, you know. I remember I was working at an apartment community doing property management, similar to like what I do now. And I introduced my Lord to a contractor, and he wasn't a contractor. Okay, let me just say that.
Can I say what he was?
What did you say?
He was a nigga.
right, Cap.
He was a nigga. You know what I'm saying? He took advantage of a young man.
Yep.
He took advantage of a young man that didn't have much knowledge of how this thing truly go. I got into it. I had a lump sum of money that I wanted to use for this particular business venture, and I had the what's those shows? The HGTV? Yeah, go ahead. The HGTVs and stuff like that. I had that in my mind. Like in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, this is how you do it. You break it all the way down. You tear down the walls. You rip out the kitchen. You understand? You put the shiplap up, and you know what I'm saying? Like, but I didn't know, and I know he's the same because me and him have talked about these things before. I didn't know everything that went into real estate investing. I didn't know all of the other costs and things that will come up. And I know you can tell the same stories. And we don't know it because we're not educated, but we like, I want to do something.
Yeah.
Like, I want to do something. I really want this financial freedom. I want to get into this game, but we had nobody to really hold our hand through it.
Yeah.
And all praises for those trials and tribulations, though. Because now, when we do counsel people that ask about real estate, we do have some expertise. Now, I don't have as much expertise as you all, but, you know, I have something to give them. You know what I mean? So you have to go through that. But that's what fathers go through, right? Fathers go through trials and tribulations. Mothers go through trials and tribulations. And then they're able to, from that experience and from that failure, tell their children the way to go. So that's why we have y'all on to help tell some of our people before they go down that road the way to go.
That's right.
You know? Yeah, he was a nigga, man.
Oh, yeah. 100%. I agree, and I ain't even met him, but I know
he got out on me.
Yeah,
a ton of them.
Like, yeah, man, I don't know this right here. Yeah, you want to put a light bulb in there? Oh no, I might have to call in some extra people. Ladder gonna call you like, all right, yeah, but how much the light bulb?
No, when he said he was finished with the floors, and the floors were literally like sticky.
She's talking about staining old hardwood floors. So stripping them completely down and then restaining them polyurethane. You know how you try to do. And go in there, it's sticky.
Yeah.
Put your feet down. You're like, wait a minute. Who this stuff? This ain't supposed to be like this.
No, you told him you didn't need the services anymore.
Yeah, I was like, we're gonna discontinue with your services, sir. We appreciate y'all to spend too much money. Hey, but speaking of money, shout out to Easy 144K for the $50 super chat. Thank you so much. Shalom, most high Christ bless you. We got the House of Uzziel on right now. We're talking about real estate. Now we're almost to that 10 o'clock hour, which we're gonna open up questions to everyone. But before we do, we were talking about some of the trials and tribulations of real estate and some of the things that you all saw in the beginning. If you can give advice to someone that wants to start doing real estate tomorrow, they're like, hey, tomorrow I want to get into it. We talked about the end game. We're talking about reading, making sure you understand, finding the money. If you don't have the money, say somebody does have the money. Say somebody does have, I don't know, $50,000 to play with, $20,000 to play with. I don't know. It's in their savings and they say, I want to dedicate this to real estate. If it was you again and what you know now, and you had that amount of money, you wanted to get into real estate, knowing what you know now, where would you start?
All right. So first, I would start at Hebrews 13:5, where it say, let your conversation be without covetousness and be content with such things as ye have.
Ooh.
That's something, if you are content before lending the $50,000 with what you already have, whether you lose it or whether it increase, go invest. If you are, this is my last and I got to hit big, that's a covetous heart, because when you don't hit big, you're going to go into a hole. Like you're going to spiral. And because you're trying to figure out how to get the money back, there's nothing that doesn't exist. You can't get money back. You can only create new money. That's it. Once it's gone, it's gone. But first step, don't be covetous. As long as you got a clear mind, then you can read, like she said, reading the documents. When you're happy and you just gotta go, you're not reading. You're not reading to understand. You're not seeing what's in front of you to see if it's the correct decision to make. It's not a Luke 14:28, right?
Right.
If I had the 50,000 now, what I know what to do, I would invest it. When the money's gone, it's gone. And I'm focused on doing what I want to, what I've been doing. I'm not changing my lifestyle. It doesn't make sense. Just let the money work, keep the lifestyle the same. As long as you got an end goal in game, an end goal in mind, that's what you're going for. So that 50 is working for the end goal while I continue to work on this. Good book to read. It's called FU Money. Of course, the Bible is number one, but it's a good book by Dan Locke, FU Money. And in that book, he explains how to break down how much money you need in order to say no to people. So how much you want to spend in alms a month, how much you want your mortgage to be, how much you want your car. You plan all of that out, trips to FOT, trips to Passover, plan all that out, then add that money up. And that's the number that you got to reach. So if anybody else come with you with distractions, be content with what you have. You can say, no, I'm not doing that.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
That is heavy right there.
I thought I needed like $500,000 a year. And then after I did my numbers, I was like 126. Hey, that's crazy. I didn't think it was that low. But once you have options, man, everything changes.
Right. Hey, that goes with since you mentioned that Hebrews 13, that's a 5 precept. 1 Timothy chapter 6. I want to read this real quick. And I know we read this all the time, but this is a heavy chapter and it's something to keep us grounded. 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 6. It says, but godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is a certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. So, I know people may be saying, well, like, brothers, like, are y'all on here talking about money? Is this what this is about? No, this is about educating people in real estate and righteousness. That's why I titled it that, and I sent it to you, and you said you liked it, because we're talking about nation building, and we don't know how much longer we got in this country. We see the American dollar going down. We see all these different things happening. We don't know how much longer we're going to be here. The Lord can have us here for another 20 years, 50 years. We don't know. Or it could be another 3 or 4. We don't know. But in the meantime, the Bible says, build ye houses in captivity. So in captivity, we still have to continue to focus on, while we're focusing on prophesying and teaching and getting our spirit right with the Lord, we still got to focus on these things because it's reality and it's how we live in this society. So these type of conversations will never get away from the scriptures and will never go into a place of covetousness. That's why I wanted y'all on, because I know you have experience. And if you have experience, that means you've made mistakes. We want to warn our brothers and sisters before they do the same thing. Before they do the same thing, for sure.
The biggest mindset to have is knowing that money is just a tool, no different than a screwdriver in a toolbox. It's just a tool. It's not something to hoard after to satisfy the lust of your heart. You use the tool properly. That's why we're supposed to be good stewards. Use it properly, you'll be good. You can be trusted with more, because when more comes, it doesn't change your mind. It doesn't change your heart. It's just like, okay, 100 grand. All right, cool. This is what I'm gonna do with it. Because it helps. It helps them. It helps us. But not 100 grand. Oh, yo, wrap the Bentley up.
Right. Hey, I want that one over there. I want that one. I said, hide your money, y'all. There's broke people around. I gonna Dave Chappelle shit. Yeah, no, that ain't the mindset. That, you know what you just said. I'm gonna read one more scripture. What you just said, Ecclesiastes chapter 10. What is it? 18 or 19? I think it's 19. Ecclesiastes 10 and verse. So Ecclesiastes 10 and verse. Yep, it says, a feast is made for laughter, and wine maketh merry, but money answereth all things. So the Bible said money does answer all things, but the precept for that is chapter 7. What it says, chapter 7, and I want to say is verse 19. Is it 19? Where is it?
12.
12. Yes, sir. 12. Yes, sir. For wisdom is a defense and money is a defense, but the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. So it's one thing to have the money, but if you have no wisdom, you're going to lose it anyway.
Thank you. Thank you. That's why I love that precept, because at the end of it, that's the most important part. When you have the wisdom on what to do with the money, you know how to use it as a defense. That's the point.
Yep. Yeah, man. So, you have something you want to say? Okay, all right. I'm finna roll through these questions, man. I'm finna get it. Oh, shout out real quick before we do. Shout out to Keisha Stevenson 1166. Sister Keisha here all the time. Thank you for the super sticker, Sister Keisha. All praise to the Most High for the super sticker. But as we get ready to transition into the next phase of the live, and we hope that you all do have questions. If you got your questions, definitely put it in the chat. We are going to be answering our members' questions, because we do have members of a part of the live, and then we also have super chatters. So bring your questions up. Now, the real estate market right now, for those that don't know, because I know that's probably a big question people got in their mind, and I know it depends on where you live, and I know it depends on certain things, but the real estate market right now, what trends do you see? Is it a time to buy? Is it a buyer's market? Is it a seller's market? What are you seeing?
I say yes to everything you just said.
Damn.
There's never a real answer, because it's always a good time to buy. And it's always a good time to sell. It just, again, depends on your end game. Right now, sellers still own property with a 3% interest rate. Do you think they're in a hurry to sell and get a 6 or 7% interest rate? No. We had a stalemate right now. Is who has to sell and who has to buy something. Those are the people making the transactions right now.
Right.
Because it doesn't make sense for me to sell if my interest rate is so low, unless I lost my job. I have to sell. Right. And the person that has to buy is, I'm in a terrible situation, getting out of divorce. I gotta buy something. These are one or two, small, these are different examples, but it's not the only examples of where people have to buy. So right now, the situation, I'm assuming that you're probably leaning towards, is there a crash coming?
Possibly, yeah. Yeah, I know somebody probably thinking that. We probably got some people that really interested in real estate, and that's what they hearing. They seeing stuff all over the place. So
okay, so I'll give you this. You got that the link that says unemployment?
yes, I do. The unemployment rate, the civilian unemployment rate. You want to pull that up?
I'm gonna show you how the crashes work.
All right.
Consistently been lined up with unemployment.
All right, let's see.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be. Who?
Hey, I just follow the dudes that's been doing it. Like, white folk talk, I sit in the shadows and listen. And I take notes. Yep.
Let me zoom in on this a little bit so people can see it a little bit better.
Amazing.
Yep. So this is from the scroll up. I think the Bureau. I forgot what it's called. Unemployment Bureau. What's the title? Yeah, U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. So when you scroll all the way down, you'll see the graph, and then you'll see the years. Remember 2008? Mm-hmm. Right there, unemployment. Every time it goes past 5%, crash is coming. In 2019, before COVID, the reason it shot up so quickly was because of COVID, but nobody knew we were in a crash. I tried to tell as many people as possible, yo, the crash is now. The crash is now. Like, nah, I'm gonna wait. I was like, what are you talking about? The interest rates are 2%. This is the time to buy it. No, prices are still high. I was like, y'all crazy. I'm going to buy something. This is when I bought my quad right there. And it was to me, it was cheap because the interest rate was at 3%. The price was low in a good area that they were building up. And I bought right there. We just recently sold for almost twice what I bought it for.
All right.
Amazing.
All praises.
So when you scale down where we at right now, 2025, you put the cursor on there, it'll show you that I think we teetering right at 4.5, almost 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
That continues to go up. Crash is coming.
Wow.
Yes, silently, foreclosures are happening all over the country, but you watch this graph, the crash starts. Once it hits 5, that's when it's happening.
So for those that's asking, why is that? Why is the unemployment rate so connected to, because some people may not understand, they may not understand the connection. Why is the unemployment rate so connected to interest rates as it pertains to buying homes?
Well, if you so look at it this way, the bank is an investor. They're investing in your 30 years of work, your capability of paying the entire loan back, right? If you lose your job, they don't get money. They don't get their money. And if they have outstanding debts that the country can't service, they owe the feds. The bank owes the feds money. So when they owe the feds money and the Fed ain't getting money, how is anybody doing anything?
Wow.
The money ain't moving. Everything stopped.
Yeah.
So if the money ain't moving, you got no promise of being paid back. We got a discount because the banks are not in the business of taking houses back. They're not a brokerage. Their job is not to hold real estate. Their job is to exchange money. So when you go into foreclosure, of course they're willing to deal because they're not in the business of real estate. They just want the transaction. And they can go to the Fed and negotiate rates. You can't go to the Fed.
Damn.
Negotiate. So when she was talking about FHA and you have to pay mortgage insurance, that mortgage insurance is to protect the bank.
Right.
You. So they are the freaking mafia, I'm telling you, guys.
Wow. Bring it out. They're gonna be looking for you.
Every month you pay that FHA loan because our and there's nothing wrong with owning a house, but because they know that we are in dire need of that and we're the highest renters in the country, they say, I will invest in you as long as you take care of me. And that's why you're going to pay this $200 a month of FHA insurance for me, because I want to be protected when you default.
Damn. That's a I hate to say it, that's a Negro proof. That's what they saying. Negroes going to default. I know you're going to default, so you're going to pay this insurance. That's crazy.
Yeah. And then they'll go, when you do default, they'll negotiate their side. So they don't have to pay as much from the insurance company. They'll take the money from the insurance company and pay the Fed what they need to pay, and you get nothing from that. And you pay their bill for them.
Wow.
I hate FHA.
Hey, so there you have it. Hey, we want to give a quick shout out to Hannah 02559 for the super stickers. Thank you, Sister Hannah. Also, we want to give a shout out. Like we might have a question. So for the kids watching, get a bookshelf. Remember, if you want to hide something. That's right. That's right. That is exactly what's happening. Thank you for the super chat. Old Beeman _Dread. All right. And also we got a super sticker from Jacqueline Bell. Sister Jacqueline always here, man. We know you coming in, sis. Thank you for coming. Thank you, sis. Thank you for the super chat, sis. So yeah, it's getting heavy up in here right now. So you say you hate FHA. You know, a lot of people are like, what do you mean by that?
Because I hate the concept of it. It's not to help you. They paint it so good because it's a federal backed loan, but
right,
the money you have to put out in order to get your house is diabolical. And what's so crazy is the conventional loan, the interest rate is higher on a conventional loan. So it don't matter if you go conventional or FHA, you basically gonna pay the same amount. And they know that because they have that on that next graph, it'll show you that they have the power to lower the interest rate. They just won't do it because they the mafia.
So you want to show that next graph real quick? Did you
yeah, we can show it real quick because I don't think it's going to be necessary for the next hour of questions. It might be, might be not.
So this is what we're looking at right here. So what we're looking at on this, I'm about to pull it up real quick.
So you're looking at I think that's the one. Which one I'm saying? Yep. Scroll down. Yep. So this is a treasury bond. So this graph right here, this is their anticipation of where interest rates will go over the next, I think, 10 years. I think that's what it's showing there. As you can see, this year coming up, it's supposed to get closer to the threes, which is already starting to happen. I'm starting to get emails from builders saying you can get a 3.99 interest rate, 4.5 interest rate. But this rate right here is the Fed rate. This is what the Fed charges the banks. So right now, if you go apply for a loan, most of the scores that's under 640, it might be 680 now. Under 640, you're going to get that 6 to 7% interest rate. That spread between where it is now, which I think right now it's at 3.8 or something like that for the Fed. 3.8 to 6% is 2.2 points. That's what the bank makes every time you make your payment. Yeah, go ahead.
I think what our people also, when they're researching these rates too, when they go and look at something like this, they're thinking that that's what they're going to get when they call somebody like me. That's not what's happening. The bank is going to, like you're stating, the bank is going to make their money. And once they start to come to me and ask me like, hey, I see the rate is like at 4%. No. Right. Is at 5.5% for you.
Right.
Everybody's situation is so different. So I can't say, hey, sis or brother, you're gonna have 5% on yours, but this person's gonna have 3.5%. And it's like, because their situation, everybody, it's like a footprint or a fingerprint, so to speak. Everybody's situation and file is different.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking you're going to come here and get a 3%, and I see the rates and I'm like, well, on my end, I see it at 6%. Well, how is that? Well, because the money still, the bank still has to make their money in between that. So I can probably bring it down just a little bit, but guess who's paying?
Damn. And these are things that people don't know. Listen, I know we've been there. And you get to the table or you almost to the table and it's like, oh, it's going to underwriting or whatever the case may be. And then they come back with all these extra stipulations. They want this, they want that. And you like, man, I thought this was supposed to be a smooth process. Like I thought the American dream was to be able to just buy a home. Like I thought that was what we're supposed to be striving for. I didn't know all the loopholes I had to go through or that this would penalize me because of that. Or I wasn't educated in this. So what y'all bringing is heavy, man. I hope Israel is paying attention. I hope they come through with their questions as this live continues. Now, you had something that you want to ask about lending? about?
No. We're
lenders?
waiting on other questions.
Okay, from other questions. So I had a question about lending, and this is I guess to be for sis. When somebody wants to buy a home, what should be their checklist? Like, what should be like the top things that they should make sure that they have in order before they go and say, I want to start looking for property? You know how we do. I'm gonna tell you how black folks do. We go to Zillow, we go to Trulia, is it Trulia? Whatever it is, and we be like, ooh, that one right there, fire. And then you schedule a real estate agent to meet you there, and you ain't check with no lender. You don't know what your credit score is. All you know is I make $1,500 a week, and damn it, I want a house.
Hey, they go to the calculator at the bottom of Zillow and say, yeah, see, I can pay that.
Right. Yeah, look at the bottom of that.
That's not how that works at all. That calculator is deceptive.
Right. So what are some top things that of a married couple or even somebody that's single that wants to buy a home, what should be, if they want to go to a lender and try to see if they can get approved, what should be the top things they should have in order?
Well, you basically stated it, in what you were mentioning is that you definitely need to see a mortgage loan officer. That's what I was trying to say earlier. First, before you start going out and being excited, there's that excited again. I get to go get a house. And then you come back to reality when I come and tell you, so you thought you was going to be able to afford that $500,000 house? Yeah. So no, your income tells me that, you can only afford $300,000.
See, she be so direct.
I'm
trying to tell her, you got to talk to people like Elle and say, listen, we're going to ask the bank to see how much they are willing to loan you. That's the proper way to say it.
Is that?
Come in with the dagger, like.
Because
she like, wake up! You ain't getting that house.
What's not going to happen is that they're not. If you go to anybody, and this is what I'm saying, I'm a little bit different when it comes to being a mortgage loan officer. It's just I want you to understand what you're getting into, and you really truly need to understand. And people don't get that, oh, well, I make $10,000 a month. I've had plenty of clients that have come to me and said, oh, I make millions of dollars. I'm worth this and I'm worth that. Well, sir, your paperwork tells me you only make $5,000 a month.
Hola.
So we're going to be able to get you into this home. You're going to be okay with it. Don't go out and buy any more cars.
Yep.
Come on with it. Come on with it.
Happened to me before. Been in the middle of a transaction, and they go out and buy cars, or they go purchase. I don't know what
well, the car got to match the garage.
No, but they can live in the car. They can live in the car if they like to. Because now your file is now over. But literally just starting from with an MLO, which is like someone like myself. And then you find out what you really can afford when you go out there shopping for a home. And then that's when you go to someone like my Lord. And you figure out, okay, we go to this area, that area, whatever the case may be, and this is what I'm able to afford. So you're going to need your income, your assets, whatever your down payment, please make sure you have enough money to have for not only down payment, but also for closing costs as well. Forget that. They think that the closing cost and the down payment is the same. No, it's two different things. Don't go out spending any money, large lump sums of cash. Please don't do that. Because then if they're collecting, like say your bank statements, they're collecting it from the last 2 months. So let's just say you went out and spent $20,000. Now you got to source all that information to let me know where did you get that money from?
Right.
They basically want to know if you. Can I say it?
Yeah. I mean,
If you were a drug dealer, basically,
that's it.
They want to make sure you're not being like pulling cons, doing anything like that. Just to make sure.
Quick. To that point, here's a hack, because some stuff she can't say. So if you're going to take money from a family member or anybody, it needs to basically cook in your account. It's got to be in there 2 months prior. And then after 2 months, they're not going to ask where you got the money from.
Right.
But if you do it within the 2 months, they're going to ask where you got the money from.
Right.
All right. I'm not saying take money from drug dealers. I'm just Dang.
Hey, but people don't know what y'all saying. People like this is new information to a lot of people, and it's very educational. So we thank you for it. So I mean, what y'all are saying is important. So, but go ahead, sis.
Disclaimer: there are some situations where they're going to ask you for 6 months.
Okay,
and that is normally because they're trying to find something you provided made them question you want them to not ask you so many questions when you're, and that's why the process never really runs smoothly sometimes. If you have large lump sums, now we got to come back and ask you for more documentation. If you say you didn't mention something on your application, now they don't trust you. So it's like, okay, well, you said this on your application, but I'm seeing here where I found in fraud alert or whatever the case may be, oh, this says that you lived here, but you said you live here. So can you please help us understand? Like you said that it's always a back and forth with the underwriter. So you got to make sure your ducks are in a row, basically. So income, assets, any documentation explaining why you had a gap in employment. If it's for more than 2 months, be on your job for 2 years. Please be on your job for 2 years.
Well,
do not quit. Hold on. Don't quit. Don't quit in the middle of the process either. And then don't tell anybody that you don't have a job, because things can be situated in a way, not saying you completely lost your whole, loan, but make sure it's at least 2 years. It ain't got to be with the same company. I don't know. Is that what you're getting at?
No. Go ahead.
Oh boy. That's something that he has to say. I can't say. I like my license. Okay. So just making sure that it's literally just you being an adult and making sure that you're budgeting correctly and you know what you can afford. Don't go based off of the whole growth. They're going to go with gross income. I'm going to repeat that again. They're going to go off of gross income and not your net. They're not going to take in consideration that you have a light bill, you have diapers to pay for, they're not taking any of that in an account. So just make sure that as an adult mindset, just make sure that you are definitely keeping all your ducks in a row, making sure you're having your savings. I would say at this point now, has it increased now? How much you need to?
You need 3% of the purchase price for down payment, 3% of the purchase price for closing costs, so total 6%.
Right. So basically, to break that down, if it's $100,000 house, you have to have at least $6,000 saved, ready for a down payment. And okay, so brothers and sisters that's watching, whatever the house is, you got to divide it by 6% to get how much you're gonna need. All right. Well, I'm telling you, y'all better stop playing. Hey, but real quick, we got to give a shout out to our sponsor.
Shout out to the sponsor.
We're gonna come right back, y'all, and when we come back, we're going to have more information for you. But before we do that, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsor. We'll be right back.
If you're a truck driver listening right now and taxes have been stressing you out, this message is for you. Owing back taxes, having multiple years unfiled, or getting letters from the IRS doesn't mean you're out of options, but waiting usually makes things worse. To get clarity, scan the QR code on your screen or text RELIEF. You'll receive a free IRS back tax survival checklist.
And we are going to leave that on the screen because I want to take a moment to speak to anyone listening who may be feeling stressed about taxes. If you owe back taxes, have multiple years unfiled, or keep getting letters from the IRS, you are not alone, and it doesn't mean you're out of options. A lot of people wait too long simply because they're not sure where to start, and that's usually when problems get worse. If this sounds like you, scan the QR code on the screen or text RELIEF, that's RELIEF, RELIEF, to 470-470-9856. That's 470-470-9856. You'll receive a free IRS back tax survival checklist that explains what to do before the IRS escalates and what mistakes to avoid. No pressure, just clarity. All right, so we will give a shout out to our sponsor of tonight's live stream, Alternative Consulting Group. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So, bruh, Why you laughing?
No, this
What
is
you
really
got?
this is really edifying, really
What you got?
excellent
Let me follow back.
information.
Let me do your
No,
thing.
I want to see, from the chat, I want to hear like what questions do y'all have? This is a lot of good information. And a lot of people have been, you see so many different things on what.
I'm looking at the comment. What Israel ready to give up? Israel said, bro, I'm going to just get an apartment. They asking for too much. Them folks want to know your damn, how tall are you?
What's your blood type?
What's your blood type? For a mortgage? Hey, but listen, Israel, this proves, all praise to the Most High. Thank you for joining in. But this proves, family, that we are in captivity and we have to follow. If you want to buy a home, unless you just got cash and you just gonna go do your thing, then by all means, that's your decision. But if you're going to want to get into real estate, if you want to buy a home or whatever, and you're gonna have to get a loan or mortgage, whatever, these are the stipulations that are set in place. Yeah. What you gonna do? I'm sorry, I got y'all muted. My apologies. Go ahead, sis.
No, I was saying specifically, when my Lord did have me mention that the documents that specifically are needed are like a 30-day pay stub, 2 years tax returns, or if you're W-2, you don't need a tax returns. If you're W-2, you need your W-2s for the last 2 years. You're going to need 2 months bank statements to provide to the bank. It's one more thing. I know it's one more thing. Oh my goodness.
No, that's it. That's it. Credit. Music.
Credit is a whole nother animal, but that's another conversation.
Credit, watch it, Lord.
Make sure your credit is in gear. For
as much
sure.
as possible.
So what are some things that someone can do that's got decent credit and they want to try? They say, listen, I got a plan. In 2 years, I want to buy a home. My credit is here. Maybe my credit's in the mid 600, 650, 660, whatever.
Yeah.
Where do I need to be? And what are some things I can do to get there?
So you have this thing, what they call what's called underlining factors, where the bank has certain stipulations, but the Fed says something else.
Oh, they have their own. They basically have their own little rules.
Yeah, bank got their own rules
to whatever the government says.
Any government-backed loan you can get at a 580 credit score, but depending on the bank you go to, they have underlining stipulations where they won't give you a loan unless you have a 650 or a 640 credit score. Right. So you just got to find the bank that'll do what the government says is that the government will lend on.
Dang, you know how many people don't know that?
Yeah.
Wow.
It took me a while to figure that out because I was like, why did the government say 580, but you can't give it to me? It's like, no, this bank won't give it to you.
Right.
Got it.
Wow.
Right.
So, what was the?
If it's below 580 too, as well, you have to have a certain amount of money to bring to the table.
Oh yeah.
You cannot eat. So you basically
it jumped to 10%.
They get you.
It jumped to 10%. It's like, yeah, we'll lend to you, but it's gonna cost you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I hate these. So
hey, you know what I was thinking about as y'all was speaking? I was thinking about Luke 16, where it says, Luke 16, I want to say it's verse about the children of light and the children of the world. Luke chapter 16 and verse, where we at? About the children of the world have more wisdom than the children of light. It just popped in my, okay, here we go, verse 8. Okay, so Luke 16, I'm gonna start at 7. It says, then said he to another, and how much owest thou? And he said, 100 measures of wheat. And he said unto him, take thy bill and write 80. And the Lord commended the unjust steward because he had done wisely. For the children of this world are in their generation wiser than the children of light. So we in this truth have the light. We know what salvation means. We know what the scriptures mean. We know all these things. Yeah. But we're not educated in a lot of the stuff that y'all talking about right now. Yeah. But we got our people that don't know the Bible. They on their way to damnation. It is what it is. They like to hell with the Bible. I don't care nothing about it, but they're very wise and savvy as it pertains to business and understanding economics and things of that nature. So a lot of us, even though we got this great wisdom of the Bible, we're trying to catch up.
Yep.
So to have y'all that have the knowledge of the scriptures, or you leading your household in that, and y'all have this also knowledge of the world, I think is paramount. Yeah. And it's very heavy for our people to understand. You have something to show me?
What's the question in the chat?
Okay.
To your point, the people that work W-2, that money that you get back at the first of their year, that's just money that's your money that they saved for you. Mm-hmm. So I would say the brother that say you're gonna buy in 2 years, that's perfect. You got 2 years of tax returns that you need to leave in the bank and don't touch. Right. Put a lock on it. Put a lock when you call your bank and say, hey, listen, I want to lock this money up and not use it until this date. So that way, no matter what emergency happens, you can't touch the money. You got to have to figure out the emergency some other way. And you'll be amazed at how creative you actually are.
Yeah.
Figure out those emergencies without touching the money. And when you learn how to do that, man, you're really going to learn how to save money, because you're going to start figuring out a lot of stuff in life. But yeah.
Right. So someone wanted to ask about owner financing.
Okay.
So is that something that someone that may not want to go through all of the different stipulations from the different FHA and all that different stuff, they want to do owner financing? Yeah. How does that work?
So it's a great question. I love owner financing. I have very rarely seen young people give out owner financing. It's usually elderly people that will honor the owner financing. And here's why. Because if they take a big chunk of money from the sale, some of that they might have to be taxed on it. Because the tax code says if you take a profit over $250,000, you're going to get taxed on it. If you're married, it's $500,000. Anything past it, you're going to get taxed. So owner finance will say they'll do owner financing because now they're paying a smaller amount of taxes every year, and they have a nice stream of income every single month, because they know, a lot of them know they got money spending problems. And so if they get that chunk of money, they're going to do foolishness with it. But if they got a slow drip every month, they rather do that than to take that chunk of money.
So with the owner financing, as it pertains to the person that's the owner, they'll move out of the house, you'll move into the house, whatever the case may be, and you just basically paying them instead of the bank.
Correct. They become the bank. Good thing about it is you negotiate the contract with them, or a realtor negotiates the contract with them. You negotiate your interest rate. You can do deals like, hey, I want my first payment to be 6 months from now, and 0 interest until the next year. But during that next year, I'll pay 3% the first year, 4% next year, 5% the following year, and then have a balloon payment in the 7th year. There's so many different ways you can be creative with owner financing. It could be very beneficial, but majority of them, they do want a pretty big sizable down payment on owner financing
to justify even dealing with you in the first place.
Right. They want to know that you have a commitment to buying, and they honestly just want some cash to walk away with at closing.
Right. Yeah. Right. Okay. So right here we got Azariah 1611. Thank you for the super chat. Says Shalom. Thank you for all the information. Appreciate the House of Uzziel. Love how the show is growing. All praise to the Most High. All right. Well, we appreciate you for tuning in, Azariah. Also, thank you for the super chat. Now where we going, Lil?
Oh, I thought we were still getting more questions.
Oh, Lord, you ain't no help tonight. Is real estate still a lucrative business today?
Yes.
Yes. Is it still a lucrative business today?
Yes, it is. If you understand math, yes, it is.
So what about a person that doesn't understand math and they need guidance?
Yes.
Because like I said, first of all, some of our people don't want to read. Like, we'll read the Bible, but do you talking about books outside the Bible? We're like, man, I don't know if I got time to be reading that.
I'll tell you what I read. I read streets, and I read what white folks doing. If you going down the street and you see a Starbucks about to open up, and a Panera Bread about to open up.
Yep.
White folks moving in the area.
Right.
Buy you something down the street and just wait 5 to 10 years. You're going to appreciate it. So I don't do the, going to county records and checking the county records and he say, she say this. No, Starbucks, Publix, Panera, they go into areas where income is 50 to 60,000 per household. These are people that shop at these places continually. And that means that they are buying houses that's anywhere from 200 to 400,000 in the area. So, and majority of the time, our people, our hoods are smack dab in the middle of that. And because we don't know that, we don't know what to do, the buy and hold is strong. Case in point, her mom lives in a house right now that's worth $400,000. When you see this house, it looks terrible. I'm sorry, it looks terrible. But it's in an area that she just waited. She kept it. It was a grandmama house. Kept it, and now it's worth almost $500,000. So you just pay attention to the signs. See if they widening roads. I mean, they're planning for a big community to come in that area. They're trying to drive thousands of people to the area. Apartment buildings going up. Thousands of people are coming. Just wait.
Yeah.
So that's, man, listen. Thank y'all for that wealth of knowledge. I'm gonna just be honest with you, because we so occupied in just trying to live and make ends meet in some cases. We not even paying attention to the fact that there's extra traffic in the area, or they they got a Starbucks over there. Wow. We're not even thinking about these things. I'm just saying most of our people. Yeah. Because we haven't been raised to. We haven't been raised to look at these signs. So it's very important to have brothers and sisters on like you amazing couple when it comes to this. Because I know for a fact that people are gaining some type of knowledge from it.
We got one more question.
We got a question. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Thank you. Let's go Israel 3570 for the super chat. Said, can you talk about tax liens and tax deeds? I remember, boy. we went to a damn.
Oh my goodness, you remember that?
Yeah, let's go. I want to hear it. Come on.
It was free.
All
but
right.
that's the hook, right? Yeah, coming free. This free seminar. So we went and heard it out. Go hear it out. You like, we sit there. We drove to Jackson. We dressed up all professional and stuff. We walk up in that joint. And they give you the whole rundown of how it works and stuff like that, but they only give you enough to hook you.
Yeah.
And they don't give you enough to, to actually go out and do it on your own. Yeah. They give you enough to hook you to make you say, I really see the benefit in this. Let me buy your program. Let me join your course. So whatever the case may be. So of course we didn't do that. But afterwards, I started to do more research on it. And there's a lot of things I found out. I was like, okay, there are some benefits to this if you do it the right way. Yeah. But have you ever dealt with tax liens or tax deeds? And if so, what's kind of that process?
I went to one of them seminars.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Yeah, the free one. And then, they were like, if you want to get into the next one tomorrow, it's $20,000.
Literally, what, $15,000, what they said.
Yeah. Bring a deal, right? So me, knowing the game, I was like, yo, I'm looking at a deal right now. I think it'd be very beneficial for your company. As a matter of fact, I will negotiate my $20,000 inside of that contract. Do we have a deal? They were like, no. I was like, you hadn't even looked at the deal. I know the numbers work. And when I spoke to the guy, he saw that the numbers work, but they still refused to do the deal because I haven't paid the $20,000.
Yep.
So they potentially missed out on a larger possible transaction and a future business partnership or, networking. Because they wanted the money right then.
This is their way of raising money so they can pay all cash for properties. They use those seminars for people because what's the first thing they tell you? Hey, you ain't gotta have the money. Just open up a ton of credit cards. I'm gonna show you exactly how to do it and max them all out. Mess up your credit, but give us cash.
Right. Boy, that's a deception.
For real.
What was sis saying? It's like sis about to say something. Go ahead, sis.
How did he even figure that out? Like,
you just sit and listen because that deal was such a good deal. It's no way they should have said no. And I had to sit there and ponder, like, why would he say no to that? It's like, because your dad was with me too. I was like, oh.
Was it a brother?
Okay.
Was it a brother you speaking to?
No, these white folks.
Okay. The reason I said that is because I believe that they was like, who that nigga up on that neck?
Yeah, exactly. That's
How
exactly
he figured this out? How he figured this
They
out?
were so confused. They were
Right.
so confused. They were like, how does he know cap rate, IRR? Like, who is this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Yep.
I was livid. I was like, that's what y'all doing. Y'all taking this money and using it as a proof of funds to pay cash for your next acquisition.
Yep.
We stuck with nothing. And then we get the training, and then you want us to split half of the deal that we find for you? Nah, y'all trick.
Right. Yeah. And that way they always keep their hand in your pocket.
Yeah.
But whatever you go out there and you bust your behind, but then they still get a piece of it.
Yep.
So I do remember, and maybe I'm my mind is foggy because it's been so long. I do remember like certain states have like a redemption period. Like if you say if somebody had a lien on their house and you say, okay, I'll pay that.
Yep.
And then it's like, but you still have to wait until the redemption period. So your money is basically held. Is that right? Can you say?
Yeah. So the way tax liens work is if you don't pay your taxes, then you could potentially get a tax lien. Depending on, and what most people don't know is a mortgage has first position, but a tax lien will kick the mortgage out. They don't pay it because that's why the mortgage companies pay the taxes inside of your mortgage.
That's right.
Because if you miss a bill, that tax lien supersedes the mortgage. And if somebody pays your tax lien and it's never get redeemed, then they own the house without the mortgage. The attorney is going to get the mortgage removed because the attorney is going to say that mortgage was for this house, but for that person.
Wow.
Not this one. And so with tax liens, yes, what happens is when you buy a tax lien, a letter goes out to either the mortgage company, or the owner of the house if the owner of the house doesn't have a lien on it, a mortgage lien on it. And the letter will state that they have X amount of days to redeem their taxes, and they have to pay the old tax amount plus the interest rate that's charged. And the person that bought the tax liens gets that interest rate payment.
Right.
So that could be anywhere from $100, $200, $1,000, depends on how big the tax lien is.
Right. Wow. So so basically they like, look, we're gonna pay you, we're gonna put that tax money into your mortgage to make sure that they can't come in and take that from.
Right. They want to maintain their first position.
It was something that one of you said earlier, and it was about how we were talking about lending and banking, and how it was you, Uzziel. You were saying about that the bank is not in the real estate game. That's not what they do. And I was going to ask when you said that, and it came back to me now. I was going to ask about, so you know how when someone goes through a foreclosure, then the bank will sell the property basically for less than what it may be worth or what they may be owed just to get it off their books. Is that right?
Yep. One more point to that. If they sell it for more than what's owed, the excess is held at county, I think, for 10 years.
Yeah, that's right.
The previous owner, it's their responsibility to go up there and get it because it's for them.
Right.
And nobody knows that.
Nobody tell you. They don't send you no letter.
You're not going to get no letter. You're not going to get no phone call. It just sits there. And if nobody claims it, where do you think that money go?
It go to the county just taking it, right?
They just take it.
Let's take it.
Add it to the books.
Yep.
Damn, you just paid the county. Boy, I tell you. Bro, I'm telling you, hey, listen, it's let's see what the chat talking about real quick. They said, wow, bro, all this information is killing you. Oh, man, I'm telling you, this is good information. Somebody said something earlier that I wanted to point out, and I wanted to see what y'all thought about it. Let me see. Okay, right here. So I just bought a house. I paid off all my debt, grabbed 2 credit cards, didn't spend over 25%. Saved a nice deposit, found a nice house in Central Florida, and the process was super smooth.
Yeah.
So that's the right thing to do.
Okay. Yeah.
One way to do it.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. You ain't hit a brother up.
Right. Come on, man.
You paid way too much for the house. I'm just saying.
So those seminars are basically a multi-million-dollar robbing session, basically.
Literally.
Money grab.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're basically, it's the only job that you pay to be hired for.
Mm.
Because you're going to pay them to train you how to do what they do. And then when they train you, you're doing it for them until you decide to go on your own.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to become for both of your professions, for being a real estate agent and of course investor, but to be a real estate agent, if somebody's watching right now, they say, you know what, I want to be an agent. Should I pursue that career? What would you say to them?
What's your end game? Because real estate agent is just another, it's another job. So if you like servicing people, helping people, and don't like your checks being returned, hey, go for it. Because we don't get our checks. Once we close, that money's ours. If they default, they lose their money. I don't lose my money.
Right.
It is what it is. But it ain't happening in the house. Lord, all praises to the Father for that.
All praise to the Most High. He's been merciful.
Yes.
Yeah,
very,
for
sure.
Very.
For sure.
So what about when someone wanted to become an MLO, like you were talking about earlier, which I basically what you were saying you do? What would they have to go through to become that if that's what they wanted to pursue?
I would say it's a lot of studying for sure. I remember that vividly. I was actually pregnant during that time and had baby, sleep deprived. Yes, I know what you know. Okay, sleep deprived, but I actually missed the test by like 3 points the first time, 2 points the second time, and then I was like, man, I gotta do this. And when that score came up on that screen, it was 80%. I said, is that me? Did I just pass? Am I good? Oh my God.
I was like, oh, praise. Get this right. Help these people out.
But yes, with MLO, I would just, it's a lot of information, and it's always changing. Nothing really stays the same with mortgage loan officers. You think that you got it down pat, then they change it within the next month or so, even when you just get your license. So I would say like the law, ethics, even some math is in there too as well. You make sure that you know what you're doing. Because you don't want to pay that $100 and some every single time you go.
So I have a question. I know you all have been together for a long time, similar to us, being very young. So getting into real estate and you going into the the mortgage loan officer route, was that something that you all discussed together? And he was like, okay, your Lord said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I want you to do. Was that something that y'all sat down? I know your Lord was speaking about an end game. So how did you all come up with that to set the precedent for y'all's marriage in that career field?
Oh, that was because I wanted to build a house.
Oh wow, okay.
And I was real estate, and she saw how I would deal with and always complain about these mortgage people, man.
Wow.
I was like, why can't you just do this and this? So she came and it's like, well, I mean, if I do the mortgage side and you do the real estate, that'd be good, right? I'm like, you gonna do it? I'm like, yeah, because she liked puzzles. I was like, you know what? That'd be great because mortgages is puzzles. You always gotta put the pieces together. I was like, I think you're gonna thrive at this, so go for it. And so she did. She got it, and I was like, oh, let's go.
Oh wow!
All the clients. So yeah,
all praises.
Yeah, that helped a lot. If you married and y'all can do one real estate and the other is the broker, bro, that's a double payday in one day.
Yeah. But you got the sales side of the commission.
Yeah,
I got the loan part of the commission. So it would be the actual sales price. He always got the sales price, so of course he would get more.
Yeah,
but I would get the whatever the loan amount is. I would get like say 2.5% of that, or 2.75%.
I wasn't getting it,
but it would help so much because it was like you say double, like getting double. And look, if I could be close to him as much as this man works,
Right.
he works all the time.
Yeah.
And that was our way of bonding together. So I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Even though, we had our moments.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
But we still were we still were able to come out on the other end. It was like, okay, man, you see how we made it through that file? Because man, we gonna make it.
Yeah.
But I really thoroughly enjoy working with my Lord.
I love it. I love it. And we always speak on being helpmeets for our Lord. So I'm going to go back to that question I asked earlier in regards to that process. What was it like? What piece of advice would you give sisters? Because one thing I know that I get a lot from sisters is, what can I do? I want to, help support my Lord in his truth. I want him to travel. I want him to be able to, go out and do the work, right? And that's the goal. That's what we want. We got to understand the mission. So what advice would you give to sister that wants to do that?
Oh, honey.
Mm.
I would say this life of being with an entrepreneur is not.
Yeah.
I will tell you that. And you got to be patient. You have to be willing to do whatever it is that it takes to make sure that it continues to grow and still be the peace in the midst of it all. Because if you don't, then it's all going to just crumble like all the way down. And if you're not supportive within that role at all, like you're just doing it just, I'm just doing this just because I know
I'm grudgingly, yeah.
Right. But can't do that, sis. You gotta know that you really love your Lord and you love this household enough. It's that you still gotta teach it to other people too. It's not just here, it doesn't just stay here. That's you probably about to pull out scripture.
Bring it out.
Hey, I'm telling you, Ecclesiastes 7:26, man. Right. Hast thou a wife after thy mind? Forsake her not. But give not thyself over to a light woman. You know what I'm saying? She was light. She would have broke a long time ago. She would have broke when I made 15,000 and spent 12 of it on it.
Hey,
and that was rough.
That year was rough.
What, 12? I was only making
$12 an hour, man. I was like, we broke, bro. We broke over here. I'm out here smiling for people, trying to show how. Here you are, sir. Check out the floor.
Right. Hey,
I had to learn to close quick.
Now you know Satan first and foremost, and our enemies is mad that we having this discussion right now. And I'm just telling you, in the spiritual realm, Satan is angry. And then in this realm, even our people that look like us with the same skin is looking at this and say, I can't stand the fact that they following biblical principles. They know who they are. And they actually having fun. Like in their marriage, they actually having fun. They actually enjoying the wife of their youth, like the Bible says. And they doing things, they building business and stuff. This is why we wanted to come up with his rib, her Lord, to show people the truth of about Israelite marriages. Do we go through stuff? Hell yeah. Do Satan creep in and cause division between us at times? Hell yeah. That's in every marriage, whether you in this truth or not. But at least in this truth, you know how to fight back. You know how to fight Satan back with the word of God. And that's why Paul said, thou shalt have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you, meaning I'm gonna give you the game. It's gonna happen, but here's what you need to lean upon in order for you to get through it. So that's why I'm so happy that y'all come on, and we're happy that other couples are gonna come on. We had Royalty Duo on a few weeks ago, and they talked about their journey and music and things of that nature. So thank y'all so much for coming on, and I hope brothers and sisters is gleaning from this, because this is real authentic conversation. This is real. This is how married folks talk in the truth. Because we really having we asking y'all questions, but if we were sitting across from y'all at a restaurant, it would be the same questions. We'll be asking these same questions, whether we was on a live or not. And we're very thankful for it. For those of you that are enjoying the conversation, continue to smash that subscribe button, smash the like button. Donations, you can see at the bottom, we have our Cash App, we have our PayPal. Also, the super chat is open. Continue to join as members. We got some we got some very important things for y'all. Now, I will go ahead and spill the beans. Next week, we're going to be dropping the website, y'all.
Okay.
We're dropping the website, and we got a lot of things that we're going to open up to you all for you to have an opportunity to be a part of, as well as the merchandise. People been asking about the merch. They still asking about that pink sweater you had on. Lord, that
It's
merch.
coming.
One more email about the pink sweater. We're going to get the pink sweater to y'all, okay? But we're working on all of that. So thank y'all for supporting, for those of you that have been supporting.
Yeah.
So in closing, we got about 10 minutes left. So we got questions pop up. We'll ask, but I got questions.
I wanted to ask about
What you got?
NACA. Do y'all know?
You said nigga.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, she did. They some niggas.
Who is that?
Who's that nigga? That's what they probably call that the program.
NICCA. Nigga. I know. I'm kidding, baby.
Oh my God.
No, we can't call it Nika.
Right. Because they'll pick up on that.
Yeah.
Oh, NACA. That's it. John, you're a genius. Go ahead. What you about to say?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What is NACA, baby? I don't know. Help me out.
You said you want to know about them?
So, it's a few things that have been popping up on, social media about NACA. So it's saying that it gives you, you don't have to do a down payment. It seems as if it would be something, beneficial. But, like Sis was saying earlier, Officer was saying earlier, it is a lot of fine print that you don't know. So if you all, have any experience with it, could you educate, the family on it in regards to that program?
It's a
That was enrolling it.
Yeah, it's a good program to enroll in so you can get information about buying a house. Will they be upfront with you with all the information you need once they line you up with a lender? That is a completely different story. For example, what my rib talks to people about, you won't hear from any other lender because she's going to make sure you understand everything before signing that paper. With them, they're going to do things behind the scenes, put it on paper, and don't explain nothing. Because they're only obligated to send it to you. Technically, they can explain it, but they also tell you that you need to have your attorney, your own attorney to interpret contracts for you. So NACA, like I said, is good for the information. Understand ain't nothing free. I don't care what they say. It's buried somewhere in the contract where if you sell or refinance before 10 years or before 7 years, it's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
You have to pay that money back. So as long as you're good with paying that money back or going past the time, because they need to get their money back. That's why the stipulation is there. They got to get their money back from the interest payments so that you pay that back. They make a little money and then they can re-lend that out to somebody else.
Got it.
Wow. I had never really heard of that.
Yeah.
I knew somebody that, I knew somebody that was able to get a house through them.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, you did mention that to me, but I forgot. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, shout out real quick to Stacey Hudson, who's a new member to our YouTube channel.
Welcome.
Thank you, Stacey. Thank you. We'll be getting some perks being a member. So NACA, wow, I ain't know nothing about that. Damn. But it's a stipulation. It's always something. We can't have nothing. Can we just have something?
It's not our rest.
There's always some stipulation you got to go back and read. But like Sis was saying, you got to go and read the fine print.
Yep.
You got to go and see what you about to get yourself into.
Like they were trying to be helpful to like veterans, but then it was the same thing. It was like a down payment assistance for like, oh gosh, what's it?
That's crazy. If they doing down payment assistance for VA, because VA be like interest rate be crazy.
People
low.
that are on the front lines, like the medical and all that.
Heroes.
Heroes. Yes.
Houses for Heroes, I think that's what it's called.
That they were stating, okay, we're gonna give you 20,000, 15,000, and then you read the fine print. I'm like, hey, y'all, I circled it in red. Listen, you're not trying to maybe keep your home for the next 30 years. I suggest that you not even try to do this right here. They're going to ask you to pay that $20,000, $25,000 back.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I was like, how are you supposed to be assisting people and you asking them to pay? You know where they work and how much what we doing?
Yeah.
Right.
Doing that's crazy.
Oh, and with that, getting that money, And that don't change your mindset.
Mm.
So if you have problems paying bills, you're gonna have a problem when you get the house.
Right.
It is what it is. You got to fix your mindset before you go buy a house, because it's completely different when you own it.
So how important it so because okay, you opened up another can of worms. Most people grew up renting.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Most people in our community did not grow up with the education of how to own a home, or even had a family member that ever owned a home. Some of us grew up in apartment complexes our whole life.
Yeah.
It wasn't until we became an adult and did a little something we was able to rent a house of our own and be outside of a unit. Some people live in places like New York or wherever, where that's majority of what you get because the real estate is so expensive. So when you talk about changing your mindset, what exactly are you saying to the people that like, I want to do this, but I have no experience? What do you mean changing your mindset? What should they do?
You got to understand that, like we talked about earlier, about money being a tool, and not just something you just pay bills and food with. You know, you got to know how to utilize it properly. So credit cards, that falls into that category where you seeing, you know, if you're trying to buy a house and your wife is coming to you about, babe, we really need a new car, you figure it out. No, we don't. We need a house. You know, babe, the baby needs a new high chair. No, sit them on the floor. We need a new house. You know, it's so many different things that you got to be able, when you commit to getting a house, everything else it don't matter. If it's not geared towards that end game, we don't do it.
Right.
You know, and that's tough because our people have a consumption or consumer mindset that, oh, we got extra 500, let me go spend this.
Yep.
Oh, I only spent 200 there. Then they go somewhere and say, oh, okay, I only spent 200 there, forgetting this is adding up. And then they go, did I spend 200? No, I think we can get this. Now we at 600. You done blew through 5, thinking that you ain't nowhere near the amount. And
Right.
that's an issue. So I highly encourage people that you need to go back and look at your spending habits for the last 3 months. Take every single credit card, look at how many times you ate fast food, look how many times you bought groceries, and get the average of those amount. Even in gas, get the average of those amount. These are the soft costs that's not added. Find out what that number is so you can understand how to change where your money is going. Because I did that exercise 10 plus years ago and found out I was spending almost $3,000 at fast food. Like what? In a month? Like what the hell?
Right.
You talk like sitting down at restaurants. It don't matter if it was business or not. It was just like that much money is going out. That's crazy.
Yes, sir.
So cutting that back I was able to pay off credit cards now. You know,
Right.
Getting the truth now. You don't do Christmas, Thanksgiving. You don't do none of that. So you got extra money.
Right.
Put it aside now. That same
Right.
money you would have blew on that crap, you need to put it aside or give it to alms.
This sounds like Proverbs 29:18, what you were just saying about changing the mindset. Where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. So basically, that's what that's going into. You know, we have no vision, and that's why we're not able to accomplish our financial goals or even our living goals. And you know, just you never know. The landlord can just say, "Hey, listen, man, I'm not going to renew your lease."
Yep.
You know, you just got to find somewhere, and you got 2 months to get it done. You're like, "What?" Like, yeah, we're not going to renew. We just want to let you know 60 days ahead. You got 60 days to find somewhere to live, and you got a family of 10.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, Cap. Some states, if they can prove they're moving in a family member, you can have 1 week to get out of there. Get out in 1 week.
Wow.
It's a cold game.
Cold game. Wow. Reliably done. Thank you for the super chat. Reliably done. They on every single week. Thank you so much for the super chat. But yeah, no, I was telling, you know what? It's crazy because that's why I like to spend time with the kids. And they asked me about my childhood. And they asked my oldest daughter asked me yesterday about the house that her grandmother and my stepfather live in. They own that house. His mother and father owned that house for years. But she asked, how long were they staying there? And what do I remember about it? And I remember, like what you're saying, I remember Charlie.
I remember. Yeah.
His family, a friend of mine, family was living there before my mother and my stepfather got married. They were living there, and I remember that same thing. My stepfather's mother and father were the landlord, and they told him, they like, look, we're gonna give you 3 weeks, and then y'all got to be gone because my son is moving in with his new family. It was that same situation. And I remember as a kid not understanding this dynamic, not understanding nothing about real estate or how these things were. I remember being on the bus and jokes being made of, yeah, we had to move out because he moved in as a kid. And I'm like, wow. But now as you say that, it brought it back to my memory. Like, damn, that's true. If they can prove that they moving their mama in or their brother or immediate family member, they can tell you got a week, get out. Damn.
Can I drop one hack before we
yes, please.
All right. So the hack for the sisters and the brothers that's proven, right? If you can buy a duplex, triplex, or quad before you get married, the sister buy one, the brother buy one. Once you married, y'all got units. And because in most states, when you are married, they're gonna look at both of y'all income to qualify for one property. But if you can do it individually right now, your individual names will be on the title. But when you get married, y'all share those assets. Hence, you may be retired as soon as you get married because of the income that comes from the properties. You're going to move into one unit and rent out the rest before you start your family.
Right.
Stay there for 5 years. You'll be able to buy a house cash.
Right.
Straight up.
That's an excellent hack. Because like you said, you ain't got no mortgage.
You ain't got no mortgage. So all your money, 5 years of just stacking money as if you were paying a mortgage of your dreams, so to speak. Yeah, that down payment is crazy. Go get your house built the way you want to get it built.
Right. 100%. 100%. Someone said, how can I join the super chat? In the bottom right-hand corner, you will see that looks like a little money symbol at the bottom right-hand. You can hit that and it'll show you how to add whatever you want to add. But yeah, so yeah, that's excellent hack. And you hear that before, but I think a lot of people just, because when we get a little bit of money, we want to try to hold it or we want to try to spend it on something because we have no vision. So we're like, I got 60,000, I got 50,000. I ain't never seen money like this. I'm finna ball out. That's the mindset, but that's the destructive mindset, and ultimately it leads to what we see in our community today. You know what I mean? So wow, that's some free game. Like somebody said, that's some free game. Y'all just got some free game.
Them seminars charge you 50,000.
Right. But in Israel, we ask that you just support. That's all we ask. You know what I'm saying? Just hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the super chat. All praise to the Most High. Somebody said, how often do y'all come on? We do lives every single Thursday night from 9 to 11, unless it's a feast day. And we rejoice in the Lord on that particular night. But hey, listen, the House of Uzziel, how can people get in touch with y'all? Do you have like a social media handle, or is anything that we could post on our channel so people can know how to get in touch with you more, to learn more about this, or just follow your journey?
At W-Ayers, that's W.H-E-I-R-S on Instagram. And I am under Dennis the Connector Williams on Facebook. Those are the two major platforms that I'm on that you can reach out to.
So send me that, and I'm gonna put that on our channel and our post so that people can see it if they enjoyed the guest. And we might have to get y'all on. Somebody said, I've been waiting, you and your wife, and I love y'all show. All praise to the Most High. Yeah, hey, listen, thank you for support every Thursday night. But yeah, send that to me so I can put it in the description.
Yes, sir.
So people can go and follow you and can learn more. Israel, listen, we can make marriage work if we got the word of God and we follow these scriptures. We're going to have trouble in the flesh, but the Bible says we are spared, meaning we got the knowledge of what we got to do. We just got to fight. We have to fight, and we have to continue to push. We have couples like this. We have many other couples in this nation that are examples of success, that are examples of trying to hold their marriage together with the word of God and fighting for the kingdom together. So it can be done. But you got to believe that you can do it, and you and your spouse have to become a unit. As the Bible says in the book of Sirach, chapter 25, verse 1, 3 things the Lord has beautified: the love of neighbors, the love of brethren, and a husband and a wife that agree together. We got to agree together. All right. So, hey, listen, thank y'all so much for your support. Thank you, House of Uzziel.
Thank you so much.
Anything, y'all? Any closing remarks that y'all want to?
I actually, look, I was nervous at first, but
y'all did amazing job.
I really enjoyed this, and I love watching his rib her Lord. Y'all bring out some amazing topics. I really. Oh, and shout out to Lost Sheep.
Right. My brothers. That was our first sponsor, right? That was our first sponsor. Yeah, that was our first sponsor.
Shout out to Lost Sheep.
So shout out to Lost Sheep, yeah, for sure. And thank y'all so much for coming on. So, hey, Israel, thank y'all for listening in. We're going to jump off. We're going to chat with them a little bit more, but y'all can't be privy to what we're about to talk about. We're going to log off, and y'all can't see it.